Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So yes, XRP right now is basing at that 0.275 cents. And I know, we saw a high of 34.5 cents. Now we're back down to about 27.5 cents over the last few days. And what's going on? Something else I wanted to show you guys to maybe bring your spirits up if you are feeling a little down about the XRP price. How could we have gotten to essentially 35 cents and now we're all the way back down to 27.5. But the fact is, you guys claim you're long-term hodlers, and I know a lot of you are. When you look at XRP on the weekly, guys, take a look at these candlesticks on the weekly, and what does this tell you? Okay, we've had significant movement upwards on the weekly since the beginning of 2020. Okay, we had one bearish week here, although not a drastically bearish week, followed by another 3 positive green weeks, and this is kind of the first week where we're seeing some bearish momentum since the week of January 20th. Okay, and the body is not that big compared to some of these green bodies on these green candlesticks from former weeks. And the wicks and tails, you can see, are fairly solid. So what does that mean? Well, movement of price has gone up, down, and we finally closed out at about 27.5 with a lot of volume, which means there still is a lot of selling pressure, but the price hasn't actually moved that much as a percentage compared to what we've seen over the last few weeks since the beginning of 2020 moving upward. Now, guys, another point I want to make, and let's put XRP on the monthly because you guys are long-term hodlers, right? Well, I want to show you something here, guys, because we haven't seen this since the bull run of 2017. And I don't want to jinx it because February hasn't finished yet, but this is the first time we've seen 2 bullish consecutive months in a row since November and December 2017. If you guys look at this chart on the monthly, you can see we had a bullish month in April 2018, a bullish month in September 2018, a little bullish month here, February 2019, and May 2019, and October 2019, but now 2 consecutive bullish months, and more importantly than that, look at the volume. Look at how many buyers and sellers are trading XRP compared to these former months, okay? The only time we've gotten up to roughly this high was this big push back in December 2017 when we saw XRP skyrocket to $2.47. So guys, this is a very, very important factor to understand when you're looking at your investment. And, this doesn't matter if you're swing trading or day trading, of course, because in that case, you're trading over shorter time frames. But guys, if you're hodlers and you're hodling for the long term, this is a great sign that we're going to continue to see upward momentum. So remember that, okay? This is very important. And did you guys know that Brian Armstrong of Coinbase thinks that 1 billion, not 1 million, not 10 million, not 100 million, but 1 billion people will engage in the blockchain economy within a decade, okay? So he says the number of people who engage with the blockchain economy will surge exponentially in the coming years. The 37-year-old billionaire tells Forbes that humanity is destined for a more global, more fair, more free, and more efficient financial system. And the 50 million people currently engaging with blockchain-based assets will rise to 1 billion over the next decade. So within the next 10 years, he's thinking that a large fraction of planet Earth will be engaging with the digital economy. Okay, that's going to make the market cap of cryptocurrency look insanely high when you compare it to today's market cap, to today's numbers. And so what will that mean? Well, cryptocurrency prices will rise. I thought this was really interesting. He says that there is a potential solution that can address the shortcomings of Bitcoin as a means of exchange for the global economy. These include utilizing the king of coins primarily as a store of value while creating new digital currencies for speedy transactions. Well, we already know XRP can transfer currencies, and it is the fastest at doing so. And I think he's conceding Bitcoin is not going to be that means of exchange that so many people thought it was going to be when it was created. Okay, we all know about its shortcomings. We all know XRP was created out of those shortcomings, and that XRP is going to be that means of exchange. We've heard many people across the board saying CBDCs are coming. So we are going to be exchanging a digitized fiat with XRP, which I'm going to deem the king coin for cross-border transactions. We also got the XRP liquidity index, and we're seeing more all-time highs here. Guys, I don't want to get into this too much. I don't tend to talk about the liquidity index. I mean, we are seeing, and I know it is interesting for some of you guys to get into, and I know other YouTubers talk about the liquidity and how it's rising. It is part of the news. This I found more interesting. The crypto exchange Bitso aims to capture 20% of the US to Mexican remittance corridor with Ripple's XRP on-demand liquidity by the end of 2020. So that from XRP Crypto Wolf, got to give him a shout out there. If you're not following XRP Crypto Wolf, Are you new to the XRP community? Everybody knows XRP Crypto Wolf. Nevertheless, crypto exchange Bitso captured just over 2% of the remittance market from the US to Mexico last year and has thus set a lofty goal for itself to achieve 20%, so 10 times more than it currently has by the end of 2020. So they got 10 months. So in 2019, Bitso's volume on average accounted for over 2% of the US to Mexico remittance market. And now it continues to grow. The fourth week of 2020, the exchange experienced the most active week, transacting around $24 million in remittances. That is about 3.5% of the total market, and they're looking to get it up to 20% by 2020 year's end. So they're aiming for 1/5 of the market. Just going to go down here. However, according to Vogel, there is still significant work to be done in terms of building the infrastructure, garnering liquidity, and working with different stakeholders to achieve regulatory clarity. So Bitso, they're waiting for the regulatory clarity as well. You know, I've mentioned it on this channel numerous times. I mentioned it ad nauseum because the fact of the matter is a lot of these guys, they can work within certain corridors today, but it's not optimal for what they really want. Where their goals really lie. Okay, 20% by the end of 2020. I think that is going to be reliant on the crypto regulation, and they're assuming that it's going to get done by the end of 2020. We've seen information pointing to the fact that regulators do want to get this done by the end of the year, so that's all positive. And 20% of the Mexican remittance corridor, a lofty goal, although if you're using XRP, it sure can be easy because you can cut costs and save time for your customers. And so Bitso is going to be doing just that. One thing that I wanted to mention here that I forgot to mention from the last article, where is it? Down here? Right, it's this point here. With just 5 endpoints, the platform has been gaining popularity according to FlashFX Chief Enabling Officer. Okay, so this has to do with the ODL, and right now we have the 5 endpoints servicing ODL across the globe. We have the Philippines, Mexican Euro, Australian Dollar, and USD for sending. Well, Nicholas Steger, the Chief Enabling Officer at FlashFX, says there could be 20 endpoints by the end of this year. So going from 5 to 20, going from 3.5% to 20%, this is going to be great growth for 2020, it seems. And I think that Nicholas Steger as well hopes that the regulatory clarity helps move the process along, helps them put their plan into place sooner rather than later. XRP Crypto Wolf also sent me this on Twitter. So a New Jersey lawmaker filed a new cryptocurrency bill called the Digital Asset and Blockchain Technology Act. The new bill aims to strengthen customer protection laws in the cryptocurrency space, according to an official announcement. The measure was introduced on February 20th, according to the data published by Legiscan. The legislation states that such firms would have to obtain approval from the New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance, or another state that has agreements with the New Jersey government. To apply for the license, firms would have to disclose their legal names, their fictitious or trade names, their licensing and legal history, as well as their anti-money laundering and anti-terrorist financing policies. So New Jersey really getting on board with cryptocurrency regulation. They realize, as these guys do as well, that the clarity is likely coming this year, and so they want to be prepared to enable their residents to engage in the cryptocurrency economy and not be stifled, not be held back because of old dated rules. Great to see that coming out of New Jersey. And I don't know if you guys heard this, the Irish drug dealer that told police that his keys to his $56 million in confiscated Bitcoin are now lost. So this guy got arrested for drug trafficking, had his court case, and after obtaining more than 6,000 BTC by 2017, he thought that he was going to be smart and spread it across 12 different accounts. Well, he lost his keys, and the court is saying, hey, give us your money. We're confiscating this. You obtained this from illegal activity. And he's like, well, you know what? I don't have my keys, so sorry, can't do much about that. Apparently, he had hidden the paper in a aluminum cap and put it in his fishing rod case, and that was stowed away in a house that he was renting in Ireland. And apparently the house got broken into after he got arrested, and now nobody knows where the fishing rod case is. The irony to this is that somebody probably went in, broke into the house, stole the fishing rod case, thought to themselves, great, I got a new fishing rod, and probably has no clue that there's a paper in there that is the key to $56 million in Bitcoin. Amazing. It's amazing how the world works sometimes. And so guys, this again, kind of a fun little article today on the weekend, but it is reminding you to keep your cryptocurrency safe on a Ledger Nano S or a Ledger Nano X. And guys, I'm giving away a Ledger Nano X. Don't want to dwell on this too much, but if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. We need to get up to 30,000 subscribers by March 15th, and I will give away a Ledger Nano X. That's right. Free shipping. It's on me, guys. I'll send it anywhere in the world. You just have to be subscribed to be eligible, and you probably don't have to do too much after that. I'll let you know the details as we approach the deadline. And finally, this, guys, I saw this from XRP Crow at Status on Twitter, and it's a clip from David Schwartz. The Stanford Blockchain Conference, this was day 3 from this year, and this is David Schwartz talking about proof of work with regards to cryptocurrencies and how essentially it can't work. All right, here he goes.
Good that you think it's crazy. That means you understood what I was saying.
Yeah, because I think if you are not crazy, then most of blockchains founders are crazy. Because they all come with incentives, right?
You know what? You know why? It's because they want to be the four stakeholders. They want to make money by solving other people's problems. That's why if you want to make money by solving other people's problems, the last thing you actually want to do is let people solve their own problems at low cost. I can't tell you how many great ideas I saw and like, oh, and we added a token to it. This way, here's our tokenomics. Like, God, it was a great idea and you just screwed it up. Solve people's problems. That's how you make money. You don't build friction into the system. You build friction out of the system. So yes, I agree with you that that's what a lot of people are doing, and I think they're doing it because they're attracted by like the quick route to riches by solving other people's problems.
So there it is, folks, from David Schwartz himself. Don't build friction into the system. We want to take friction out of the system. That's how you're going to make money, solving people's problems, not by these proof of work blockchains. And guys, this is why Ripple's going to succeed. They are solving people's problems by taking friction out of the system. They're going to be making money doing so. The value of a cryptocurrency that can help take away that friction is going to rise once we see everything come together, the regulatory clarity, more people onboarding RippleNet, the increase to 20% in the Mexican corridor by the end of the year, also the new endpoints that are going to be added by the end of 2020 for ODL. All this is going to come together, and this spec market, I think, is going to look a lot different by the end of the year. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to be eligible for the Ledger Nano S giveaway on March 15th. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.